What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. We are back again. This morning is the 3rd of May. Big up all the real ones in the building. I do apologize. I actually need to close an app, bro. I didn't even know I had this app open and it is slowing everything down, blood. Hit up the like button, though, ladies and gentlemen. Hit up the like button. Much appreciated, single one of you. We've got a number of stories that we are going to be touching on today. No Diddy stuff, as we do know. But yeah, a number of different stories we're going to be talking about, man. Big up all the real ones. I'm stuck here. I'm stuck for a minute. I'm literally stuck for a minute. I don't know what's going on. Here we are. We're back. We are back. Are we back? Yes, we're back. We're back. We're finally back. Oh, it's Friday. It is Friday, ladies and gentlemen. We are here. The weekend is here. Big up the coffee gang. Much appreciate every single one of you. We are about to waffle on for another hour, talking football as we usually do, live daily. I do have some good news and some bad news, actually. I do have some good news and some bad news. I might as well let you guys know now. So I have a barber's appointment booked tomorrow. Yeah. It's brilliant news. But the bad news is the barber's appointment is booked for 12 o'clock. Arsenal kickoff at 12:30, blood. Why did I not take that into consideration when I was booking this appointment? It means I'm not going to be home in time to actually watch the game and do the vlog that I've been doing for the past 4 games. However, the vlog will continue. The vlog will continue, ladies and gentlemen. We will be doing that vlog. I don't know how I'm going to incorporate the game into it. It's going to be difficult, but I'll still do the vlog and we'll try and make something happen. We got that out of the way. Big up all the real ones, though. We're going to be talking about Guimarães to Arsenal update. We're going to be drinking some Tottenham tears as well. Don't get it twisted, ladies and gentlemen. Tottenham are literally in the sewers. They're with Chelsea. It's mad. Chelsea beat them yesterday, but they're both in the sewers. Both in the sewers. We're going to react to some videos, some Tottenham videos, and continue to drink their tears. You know, they're losing all the London derbies. Are they even in the conversation anymore? Have they ever been in a conversation? They've never been. They've entertained the idea of being in a conversation, but the real reality of the matter is Tottenham, you have never been in a conversation. And Chelsea proved that yesterday, beating you 2-0. We proved it the other day, slapping you 3-2. You know, all it takes now is West Ham and Fulham to turn up, and you, man, are literally at the bottom of the barrel when it comes to these London teams, blood. Bottom of the barrel, it's crazy. Big up all the real ones, though. I keep saying it. Best believe it. Big up Blue Shane. Big up Peppermint. We got my guy Static in our building. We got A in the building as well. We got JT in the building. We got Sergio here. We got Apollo here. We've got Mad Miaz here as well. Guys, make sure we're hitting the like button. We're going to start by talking about our ex-manager in Unai Emery, ladies and gentlemen. Unai Emery. Come on, switch over. Here we go. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Everything's moving slow. Unai Emery. The fraud. I don't know what's going on with his lips. I need to notice this, cuz man's got some sort of herpes or something, bro. He needs to sort that out. But yeah. Unai Emery bottled it again. I done a video for the members a little while ago to say, is Unai Emery really a bottle job? Is he proving to actually be a bottle job? Because when the pressure is on, these men are just throwing away games. It is incredible. Olympiacos yesterday beat Aston Villa 4-2. It was an interesting game. I didn't even watch the Chelsea and Tottenham game. I watched this game. This game was more or less end-to-end. This was entertaining football. This was football at its best. It's the Europa Conference League. You wouldn't expect this type of football in a Conference League, but, brother, it was more entertaining than some of these games that I've witnessed this season in the Champions League, cuz I can't even lie, bruv. Unai Emery got turned inside out by this manager over at Olympiacos. I don't even know who their manager is, but he got turned inside out. 4-2, a hat-trick. A hat-trick by, what's his name? Is it Kabi or something like that? I don't even want to butcher it. I've already butchered it. He scored a hat-trick. Beautiful goals as well. The play, the link-up from Olympiacos yesterday was incredible. I couldn't believe it. The way they were undoing that Aston Villa defense. But then what do you expect when you've got dead ballers at the back? What's his name again? That Barcelona reject. He was at Tottenham and now he's at Aston Villa. What's his name? That fraud? Look, I don't know about these frauds. That's why I can't remember their names, man. Bro, but they were getting bro, it was just crazy. I don't know who watched that game. You should have watched that game. That was the game to watch. Forget Chelsea and Tottenham. That would have been the game to watch. What's the guy's name again that scored the hat trick? I know one of you guys have already put it in the chat, but I just want to see it for myself. Yeah, I want to see it for myself. I don't know what's going on here, man. This computer's moving slow. Come on, we're trying to do a live stream here. We're trying to do a live fucking stream here, mate. The hell's going on here? Give me Aston Villa. That's what I want. I want Aston Villa. Oh, you know what? Fuck this computer. I swear to you, I'll take it in the ring and just punch it all over the place, mate. I swear to you. Can't even get the guy's name up. Can someone let me know what his name was in the chat? Is it Kabibi or something like that? He scored a hat-trick anyway, and the goals were on point. Aston Villa extremely outdone. Lenglet, that's his name. Yeah, that fraudulent centre-back. Lenglet. See, I don't know about these frauds. Please, I don't know about frauds like that. Man like Lenglet, you know. Come on, bro. No, it wasn't Partey. He's a baller. He's a baller. I like Partey. But yeah, man, obviously, I feel like they might be able to redeem themselves in the second leg. It's 4-2 on aggregate, but, you know, it is what it is. Olympiacos ain't really that great. And if you look at the type of players that Aston Villa have got, I'm sure they'll be able to open them up. A beautiful goal by Ollie Watkins yesterday as well. Moussa Diaby was on smoke yesterday. Should have scored himself a couple of goals. You know, especially in that first half. In the second half, Aston Villa were putting bags of pressure on Olympiacos. I actually thought they were gonna get themselves back in there 4-4 at the end of it, but it wasn't to be the case. It wasn't. So let's see if they can sort themselves out. But is Unai Emery bottling it, man? Big pressure moments. Do comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are on Unai Emery. Do you reckon they're going to win another? Do you reckon he's going to win a European title, being one of the first European titles that Aston Villa have won? Do comment down below. Let me know. I think they've got a good chance in winning it, but let's see what happens, man. And then obviously they've got the league top 4. You know, Tottenham. They're 7 points in front of Tottenham. Tottenham ain't getting top 4. Tottenham are now officially a Europa League team, and they will be a Europa League team for the rest of their time here. El Kabi. Is it El Kabi? Is that how you pronounce it, though? El Kabi. But all I know is the hat-trick was on point. And let's see what Unai Emery can do on his return. He has to, it isn't away. This is the reason why you have to call it a bottle, because you were at home. You were at home. And you let Olympiacos come and turn up and beat. Oh, it's a dickhead thing. We're going to be talking about Thomas Partey in this stream, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. There's reports linking Thomas Partey with a whole host of clubs. Saudi Arabian clubs, Italian clubs, and now Spanish clubs. Barcelona are in the race to sign Thomas Partey. So don't go anywhere. We're going to be talking about that. Gabriel Jesus set to stay at Arsenal Football Club. He wants to fight for his place. He understands that Arsenal are trying to, Arsenal are looking at him being one of the players that could be sold this summer, and he's like, no, I'm not having it, blood. I'm not having it. So we'll obviously see what's going on there as well. And Bruno Guimarães updates. You don't want to go anywhere. Interesting times. Bournemouth tomorrow. Yeah, a team that we should be slapping up. Justin Kluivert on smoke. You know Justin Kluivert. Big up his dad Patrick. Yeah, one of my favorite strikers ever. Don't know why though, because he wasn't like elite, but he was world class though. I have to say that he was world class, especially when he played for Barcelona. But Justin Kluivert is a tricky guy, and he could be someone that turns up and cause us problems tomorrow. But for me, it's a 3 points, easy 3 points for Arsenal tomorrow. Easy 3 points for Arsenal. All right, let's move over to these shitheads. Let's go and let's drink some Spurs tears. These frauds that think they're in the conversation. You man have never been in the conversation. You've never been involved. Tottenham, you're frauds. Got beat by Chelsea yesterday. Got beat by Arsenal, as we do know. They can't beat London clubs. If you look at their last 10 games, the results have been poor. Losing easy victories, chucking away points, the football on display. I mean, this is like Football Manager. I don't know if I always say this. I always bring Football Manager into it somehow. This is like Football Manager. You know, when you start off the season so well and you think, oh my God, I'm sitting third, fourth, and then you get to October and then the results start coming in and you're losing. By the time you get to January, you're fucking sitting 10th. Yeah, this is what's happening to this fraud right here. This isn't Football Manager, rude boy. He needs to learn how to switch it up, different tactics, different styles, a better defensive unit. Like, there's so much wrong with this Tottenham team, blood, and this is the reason why Chelsea and a poor Chelsea team can turn up. And to a degree, I have to say, these results even make our result look even more embarrassing. I have to be honest. What did we do to Chelsea the other day? We slapped Chelsea 5-0 the other day. We played Tottenham and we looked dead. We looked dead. It was, let's be honest, we didn't look great. Now, I thought, yeah, there's a plan. Allow these guys to have the ball because they can't really do anything with the ball. And, you know, they proved that. But our football on display that day was dead. And then the team that we beat 5-0 goes there and outdoes them and beats them 2-0. Tottenham, they had about 19 shots in the game and couldn't score a goal. Embarrassing. And again, this makes our result look even more embarrassing, even though we won, because this Tottenham team is absolutely dead. And we should have opened them up, bro. We should have literally torn them apart. We should have done them 4-0. We should have done them 5-0, man. We should have literally battered them. And we could have. But Mikel Arteta just had a different game plan. Different. I see the Tottenham fans ranting online, and they keep calling out, but your performance was dead. I get it. Look, our performance was dead. But you have to understand, you see, football's like a game of chess, isn't it? Football is about game plans, tactics, strategies. These things have to be implemented game by game. You understand? And like I said, man, our game plan was to allow Tottenham to have the ball. That's what we wanted to do. We wanted you to have the ball because we knew you couldn't do anything with it. We believed in our defensive unit that much. We believed in Saliba. We believed in Gabriel. We believed in Ben White. We believed in Raya that much that we decided to say, you know what? In this game against these frauds, knowing that they can't attack, knowing that they're struggling to find product, what we're going to do is we're going to rely on our defensive unit to see us through. Nullify their attack. Let them have the ball. Nullify their attack, and then we'll make something happen on their counter. And you saw the Havertz goal, beautiful. You saw the Saka goal with the Havertz assist, beautiful. Part of the plan. So man's out here talking about your football was dead, cool, but we executed our plan, and that was the most important thing. We executed the plan. We come to Red Hart Lane, and we got 3 points. Yeah, that was the plan. So anyone chatting shit online, keep chatting shit. Focus on your football club. Don't worry about what we're having for dinner over here, blood. We're eating steak, cuz. We're eating steak. We've got lobster. Yeah? We've got lobster. That's what we got over here, cuz. What you got over there? What you got? What you got? PFC hot wings. That's what you all got, mate. Not even KFC. You got PFC hot wings over there. Yo, big up all the guys in the building. It's Friday brunch vibes. Don't go anywhere. Fasten your seatbelts. We are drinking Tottenham tears right now. Cheers, guys. Cheers. Coffee gang in the morning. Let me know what you are drinking. I've got another Americano. Let me know what you are drinking. I need to get myself some latte, blood. Gonna get myself some latte, man. Big Ange woke up feeling dangerous. How we drop points to them and the Emirates is a fucking disgrace. Absolutely. Big up Peppermint Freedom. Tottenham eating £1 cheese from Tesco's. £1 cheese, you know, that's too expensive for Tottenham. I didn't even know you could get £1 cheese from Tesco's, fam. Every time I'm looking for cheese in Tesco's, my partner, she loves cheese, blood. She's always sending me to buy cheese, guys, yeah? The cheese is expensive. And these man can't even afford the £1 cheese. The man are getting those little Tesco slices, you know, little slices that you put in burgers. By the time you put the burger in it, the cheese is dissolved. Like, there's no cheese left. Anyway, Tottenham, the frauds. Let's see what Expressions has got to say, because I know Expressions he is hurting right now. He is hurting. Big up Expressions. I've got a lot of respect for Expressions. His content is always on point. I can see he's a real one. And he just says it as it is. And I appreciate that from a way there. So big up expressions. But I know he's hurting right now, and we're going to look at what he's saying, his reaction to their loss yesterday. And I don't know what made man support Tottenham, bro. He should have just followed his brother and supported Manchester United. Like, I mean, at this point, you would have mad heartache. Listen to this, though. This is even more incredible because leading up to the game, Expressions had a lot to say. Let's see what Expressions had to say leading up to the game. Man was calling out all of man's players. He was calling out everyone's players. He was saying X, Y, and Z. He had a lot of energy leading up to the game. So let's watch this. Then we'll watch how he felt after the game, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that like button. Don't go anywhere. This is the place to be right now. Wax Online, man. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Big up all the real ones. Fuck all the rats and all the fake ones out there. Big up all the real ones. Yeah? Let's go. Actually, I just remembered I'm gonna have to stop sharing it and then reshare it because you know what Chrome's doing recently, isn't it? And I don't know why. Is it just me? Is it my browser? Do I need to update my browser? But every time I swap tabs, Chrome loses audio. I don't know why. So let's make this easier for ourselves. Reshare this. There we go. Should have the audio. No qualms. Let's get it. Blood, he's got all of these alias. He's got all of these aliases for these dons, blood. This guy is sick. I swear to you. Obama, you're scared of him, yeah? Hey, let's pull this guy up. Man said, what? Oh, shit. Big up Cucurella still. Man said a half pint, you know. Not even a full pint, half pint. Look at him. Gas! There, gas! Sean Paul at right back. He is dissing. He is dissing. Them man don't want to hear them shots right there. And them man probably heard them shots. Come on. Them man obviously heard them shots and said, what? What? Okay. Okay. And they turned up. They literally turned up. Just to let you guys know, a fun stat, a fun fact, in fact. Fun fact, in fact. 31 games. Tottenham's Premier League record at Stamford Bridge. 31 games. 1 win. 1 win in 31 games, and these man think they're in the conversation, blood. Oh, get out of it. 19 losses. Oh, that is bad. Tottenham, I don't want to hear from you, Dons, blood. I don't want to hear from you, Dons. No. I don't want to hear from any Tottenham guys, but they're not in the conversation, man. David Dean put you, man, in the conversation by bringing you, man, to the forefront of this Premier League team. That's all it was. That's all it is. That's all it is. But, yeah, man, we're moving on from that now, boy. We've moved on from that. Do you know what I mean? Like, we have moved on from that. Oh, bro, it's mad how he had all that smoke. He had all that smoke. I'm going to have to, again, stop sharing and reshare because it's the audio's gone. The audio's gone. I swear to you, how did he say he had so much smoke for them? And then they obviously heard it. They turned up on this, Don. They weren't ramping. I swear down, Poch done a Mikel Arteta. He done a Mikel Arteta. That's what Poch done. Poch done a Mikel Arteta, bro. He was in that dressing room. He put expressions on the big screen in the dressing room. And he was like, hey, My guys, you see what this guy's doing? You see what he's saying about you? You see what he's saying about you? Ah, bro, he was listing off those names, blood. Next thing you know, they went out there and they was on mad, crazy smoke. And Tottenham lost, blood. And this is expressions. This is how he felt 71 minutes into the game. Hey, let's drink to that. Hey. Big up expressions. These facial expressions is so funny, blood.
I fucking knew it.
Yeah, of course you knew it. Of course you knew it, blood. You knew Tottenham have been a bottle job club. You knew Tottenham have been a losing club for decades and decades and decades. Nothing's ever going to change, blood. This is what I'm saying. I don't understand how these dons started supporting Tottenham, bro. How? When did you wake up and start supporting Tottenham? Like, did man actually think, oh yeah, you know what, Tottenham road life stuff, and then that disassociated with the football club? I don't know, because there was a bag of bad man in Tottenham. They thought, oh yeah, well the football club must be a bad boy football club as well. No, no, that's not the case. Yeah, there was a bag of bad man in Tottenham. It doesn't mean that the football club is a bad boy football club. It's not the case. This football club is a joke football club, mate. I don't know why you man support the club.
Blood, I've had enough. I've had enough, blood. Set piece coaching. Brother, fuck this, fam. Fuck this stuff, bruv. These men are criminals, bruv. 2-0 down. 2-0 down to Chelsea, you know. 2-0 down. Yeah.
Listen, expressions kills me, but these men are criminals. They You know what? When I look at that Tottenham team, I have to be totally honest, bruv. It just looks like a disgraceful team, man. There's one or two good players on that team, but yeah, I'm seeing Angie out trending online at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. I'm seeing it trends right now. It is crazy. Oh, Tottenham. I can't believe it. I can't believe these are our fierce rivals. These are our direct rivals. These frauds. Oh man. I'd rather have Fulham as our rivals. I have to be honest, blood. I'd rather be fierce rivals with Fulham. Or West Ham. West Ham probably give us a good run for our money. More than these frauds, man. Come on. Come on. Anyway, let's move on from Tottenham, man. We've drunk enough tears. Big up all the real ones in the building. Make sure we're hitting the like button. Do subscribe. All of that type of stuff. We've got a few other topics that we're going to touch on just before we move on to some Arsenal news, so don't go anywhere. Angel Di Maria will not return to the Rosario and play next season after receiving death threats by drug traffickers. What is going on in this game? Di Maria getting death threats from drug traffickers, ladies and gentlemen. He is scared to return to Benfica. And their man in Portugal don't play though. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I told you I got a few dons over there. They're wild. They're wild. That's why they're over there. They were here and they got sent back over there because they're wild guys. Yeah. It gets wild over in Portugal, man. And look, the proof is right here. Di Maria is scared to return to Benfica because drug traffickers are ready to... I don't know. It's crazy. What's going on? What did he get himself into, man? Like, why is he receiving death threats from drug traffickers? And how do they know they're drug traffickers? I don't understand. Who's this Thai C Sports? Who are these dons? They've got Di Maria on the front. They love Di Maria. This is like Argentinian, I guess. That's crazy though. That's crazy. I wonder what he's got himself into. Man's receiving death threats. What a player though, man. Would have loved to see him come to Arsenal. I remember the days of Di Maria and Mesut Ozil, bro, tearing it up for Real Madrid. The days. Another interesting topic. I know guys in the WhatsApp group were talking about this yesterday. Is Sandro Tonali. Now there's been, I'm not too sure what's happened with Sandro Tonali. I'm going to read this to you guys. It says he has been given a suspended 2-month ban and fined 20k. Has this guy not been banned since the beginning of the season? So has he been given a further? Oh yeah, because he got caught again. There was another 2 or another 4, I think it was, that I read yesterday. Another 4 bets, whereby actually it says it here, the FA confirmed that Tonali placed 4 bets on Newcastle to win, and Tonali stated he could not remember the exact amount he staked on each bet, but it would not be more than 10,000 euros. Martinelli. This guy is crazy, but he's been given it seems to be a further 2 months suspended ban and a fine of 20k by an independent FA commission after admitting a further breach of betting rules. This guy, man, he owes a lot to Newcastle. I swear down, the tolerance that Newcastle have had with this whole saga, he owes so much to Newcastle, man. He should be back. I think he should be back for the new season. So yeah, man was drunk. I don't know what he was doing. Tonali is crazy. Big up D Brown. Big up all the guys that are joining. Big up Shimos. Big up DWTT. Big up CJ. Big up Budget. I see everyone, man. I see everyone. Come on. Big up Abdullah, Mafia Boss, Just Ads, Expressions, man. Trust me, he's the funniest. He's the funniest. But yeah, Tonali, interesting. He will be back. I'm looking forward to seeing how Newcastle kind of deal with their process and with their projects, basically, because what's going to happen with them? They're going to have to sell some players. We do know that. Bruno Guimarães being a main target for Arsenal Football Club, Isak being another main target for Arsenal Football Club. At Newcastle right now, they feel pressured. According to the media, Newcastle feel pressured into having to sell players, and they don't want to sell their players. They don't want to have to sell their players, but they feel pressured. And now teams are going to come in and start, turning up at their front door, taking players, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Thank you for giving us such an entertaining battle of the end of the season. First one to flinch will be Toasty. Sounds like you're a Man City fan in the building. We've got some Man City fans in the building. It's going to be Toasty. Hopefully you guys capitulate, drop points, and we continue to win. Bournemouth should be an easy 3 points. We've got Manchester United, should be a walk in the park, with all due respect to Manchester United. And then we've got who we got at the end of the season. I can't even remember, but it's another easy game. It should be an easy game. But then what game is easy in the Premier League these days? You can never say a game's easy, isn't it? It's a bit disrespectful of me, I guess. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Comments. What we got going on here, man? Make sure we are hitting the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Not too sure how many likes are on the video, but do hit the like button. Static said there's 35, only 35 likes, guys. 100 people in the building. I need more likes than that. Come on. Everton at home. That is the other game that we've got. Everton at home. There we go. Newcastle will more likely sell Bruno than Isak. That's exactly what I was going to say as well. And I think I did mention that yesterday, but let's see what's happening. Amin says, Pedro Neto, do something for us. I'm not too sure about Pedro Neto, man. That injury record does scare me. Big up Ken. He says, Sheffield is easy, but not for Chelsea. We don't need to even focus on Chelsea. We need to focus on the games that Man City have got, blood. Man City, we need them to drop points. That is the team we need them to drop points. We've got a few teams that are got individual players. This is another thing that we have to take into account, and this could be beneficial for Arsenal leading into the last couple of games. The teams that Man City have got left to play, there's a few players in those teams that support Arsenal. So they're going to be really fighting to see Arsenal ends this 20-year Premier League title drought. There's going to be many players. I'm telling you, there's going to, even like, and this is exciting actually. Mikel Antonio was actually talking about this because West Ham play Man City on the final game of their season is against West Ham. Hopefully, West Ham are in a position where they can continue to push for Europe. Therefore, they have to fight in that game. Fight. Because they might miss out on Europe if they don't fight in that game. But then you also got players like Mikel Antonio, and there's a few other players that I've also mentioned this, that there's going to be players on the ground playing in the games that are not going to be fighting for their clubs. They're going to be fighting for Arsenal to win at the Premier League, blood. They end that 20-year Premier League drought. There's going to be players fighting. So it could be an interesting 3 games for Arsenal, man. Let's see what happens. Let's see how other results go. Big up Shane. He says, hey, Wax, my man, have you heard any more about the under-18 wonder kid, Obi? He's probably too young and inexperienced, but it has happened with some players before. What are your thoughts? Obi Marston is an incredible player. We spoke about him a few days ago. In fact, he's being linked with a whole host of clubs. Let's move on to some Arsenal news right now, ladies and gentlemen. Big U up. Who was that? Who was that who asked me that comment? Shane, big you up, Shane. Much appreciate you, my guy. Let's move on now. I'm pretty sure I've got a story here talking about Obi Martin. He's being linked with a few different clubs. Who are they? I can't even remember. Don't even want to waffle names. I can't even remember. Did I even retweet it? I don't even think I did. But what I can do is just quickly find it. But yeah, that young player, he's good. And according to some of the reports, mikel Arteta is looking to bring him on the US tour with us this summer. Also, they want to get him to sign a new contract, but he can't sign a new contract until he turns 17. So they're just going to try and keep him close, innit? Do what they've done with Ethan Nwaneri, bring him into the senior team, have him training with us and things like that, just to kind of gas him, inspire him, encourage him, all of those type of things there. And then when he hits 17, we'll tie him to a new contract. I was trying to look for the report that said that he's being linked with a whole host of clubs. I think it's like teams in Spain, teams in Germany, couple teams are being linked with this young Don anyway. But big him up, man. Obi Martin scoring goals for fun, bruv. 21 goals in his past 5 games. Incredible stuff, man. Incredible stuff. Gabriel Jesus is prepared to fight for his place at Arsenal Football Club amid reports of a potential summer exit, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about this guy right here, man like Gabriel Jesus. What do we do with this guy? Do we sell him? Do we keep him? Has he been good enough since we've signed him? How much money could we get for him if we did sell him? You know, all of these things is what I want to quickly touch on. Gabriel Jesus. I think selling Gabriel Jesus, just to quickly give you my opinion on this, and then I want to dive into these comments once again, because I want to know what you lot are feeling about Jesus right now. I feel like if we sell Jesus, it's going to be a big miss. It's going to be a big miss. Because I think even though he's not the number 9 that we want, the qualities that Gabriel Jesus has and what he offers this overall system, I think it's kind of hard to find a person like that, a tool in the box like that can just come in, left wing, right wing, number 8, number 9, will put in work whereby he's playing at right back, left back, DM, the work ethic, the mentality of Jesus, the qualities, his overall qualities, man. I mean, he's a very, very good player. We can't say, because he hasn't bagged as many goals as we wanted him to bag, he's not a good player anymore. We knew when we signed Gabriel Jesus that this guy wasn't going to bag. We knew. The season he had last season was a good season. I think it was like 19 GA in 27 games. Bearing in mind he was out injured for about 4 months. So that's a good ROI when you think about it. This season hasn't been the same. But it doesn't mean that we just kick Gabriel Jesus out, sell him, make our money back. Because I feel that there's a player in there that gives us something different in games. Something totally different in games. He allows us to also be fluid with our attack. He also allows other players to, interchange positions because of how he plays the game. So I think he's so key to how Arsenal play. Whether he's a guy that we bring off the bench or whether he's I would probably lean towards bringing Gabriel Jesus off the bench. But this is a conversation that Mikel Arteta needs to now have with Jesus. Jesus understands where Arsenal are at. He understands what problems he's had at Arsenal and what's kind of kept him out of the team throughout that time. So now he needs to come to a realization and understanding that I can't be the main number 9 on the team sheet. I can't be the main player on that team sheet because my record over the past 12 months literally shows, man, that I'm just not capable of being that guy. However, I'm still a utility guy. I'm still a guy that I can be utilized in various different roles. I'm still a guy in the last 20 minutes of a game that can come on and the unpredictability of my play can change a game for Arsenal. These are the things that we need to look at. We don't want to chuck Gabriel Jesus away. It doesn't make any sense. No. I've come to that conclusion now. That's my opinion. That's how I feel. Gabriel Jesus needs to stay at Arsenal Football Club until we can find whether it's an Obi Martin or an Ethan Nwaneri or someone that has that comes through, or someone that we end up finding, and he spends 6 months or 12 months at Arsenal and then proves to be that guy, then we can slowly but surely get Jesus out the club. But for us to instantly make that decision now without having any real replacements and not having any real alternatives out there, really, because if you look at the quality of the players out there, who's going to really come in and offer you what Gabriel Jesus is offering you, man? Come on. You got to think smart here. Gabriel Jesus doesn't want to leave. Based on the reports, Jesus has basically said he knows. Let me find this actually before I just paraphrase what's being said. He says that he knows there's kind of like talk about Arsenal getting rid of him, X, Y, and Z. But he doesn't want to leave. So it says here, Gabriel Jesus has no intentions of leaving Arsenal this summer and is confident he can regain his starting spot ahead of next season, according to a guy called Jordan Davis. That's just one report I've literally stumbled across right now, or one tweet that I've stumbled across right now. So Jesus wants to stay. He wants to fight for his place, man. He doesn't want to leave. And I don't think Mikel Arteta would want to sell him. Again, Jesus is a yes man. Not in a disrespectful way. He's a yes man, whereby he's going to do what the manager wants him to do. And that's what we need, bro. You see, we were cussing players before saying they're yes men. Of course, if you're a yes, this is where we don't want to get the yes man kind of term confused, because there's various different understandings of a yes man and what a yes man is. Do you know what I mean? And Jesus is a yes man, but he's a qualified yes man. That's probably the best way to put it. He's not a yes man that's just happy to. It's mad. It's mad. Anyway, he's a yes man that is willing to work hard for the manager, and that's the most important thing that you want of a player. A yes man that is a quality player, and that's what this guy is right now. So I don't want to lose that. I think Jesus should be kept at Arsenal Football Club at least for another season until we find a qualified yes. Waffle sessions, guys. People used to say that shit about Zinchenko too. Both trash. Big up legends. You'll only sell Gabriel Jesus if crazy offers come. Otherwise, use him as a squad player. Facts. Big up Mafia Boss. Big up Andrew J54. He says, your thoughts on Jens Lehmann buying the branding rights for the Invincibles for 30k, which means Arsenal have lost it. I read something. I don't know. I can't really voice an opinion on it. I read some headline, but I didn't read too much into the article to understand what the hell was going on. So I don't really know. 30k for the branding rights of the Invincibles doesn't make any sense. 30k. I don't know. I have to read into it before I can give an opinion. Marcelo, Jesus, Havertz, Saka, Isak, and Kudos would be filthy. Absolutely. You know who I would take over Kudos, though? I would take Moussa Diaby. Moussa Diaby, man, that player. He can play as a number 10 as well. Moussa Diaby's sick. Proper sick, man. Proper sick. But yeah, man, Gabriel Jesus doesn't seem like he's going anywhere right now. Anyway, he wants to fight for his place. And I want him to fight for his place. I want to keep him at the club, man. I want to keep Jesus at the club for now, anyway. Okay, so Newcastle, I've also said that I've just read now, or found now, Newcastle will not be pressured into selling Bruno Guimarães below his 100 million release clause or parting with Isak this summer. They will not feel pressured. But the true fact of the matter is, the sources are coming out to suggest that Arsenal are confident. Arsenal feel extremely confident, and this is what we got told about Declan Rice last season. Remember, all the buzzwords were coming out about Declan Rice. Arsenal are extremely confident. Arsenal are in a strong position. There were so many different buzzwords that were being used to describe where Arsenal were at with the Declan Rice deal. Yeah, it did turn out that the Declan Rice deal was true. Now we're here a year later with Bruno Guimarães. Bruno Guimarães, a player that was on the verge of joining Arsenal. He came very, very close to joining Arsenal from Lyon. Even before he joined Lyon, when he was playing in Brazil, and he joined Lyon, he was actually being linked with a move to Arsenal then. And I liked him from then. He joined Lyon. I think that he joined Lyon in like 2019, 2020, around that period. And then, of course, he come to the Premier League and linked up with Newcastle. But it does look like Arsenal could get their dream target. And you have to say this is a dream target because we've been following him since he was in Brazil. 100 million release clause. Now, the term that's in his contract, according to what the mainstream media have been telling us, is that there's an 18 million release clause that can be triggered from the 1st of June until the 1st of July. Now, again, I'm not too sure how true that is. Based on this report, doesn't seem to be the case because, well, not this report, the report I just skimmed through, it basically said that Newcastle are not going to be pressured into selling Bruno Guimarães for less than 100 million release clause, which means there must not be no term in his contract that states that he has to be sold at 80 million pounds for a Champions League club. Doesn't make any sense unless the papers are just waffling like they usually do. But sources suggest that there is confidence at Arsenal. They can land Newcastle midfielder Bruno Guimarães this summer with the potential move very much on. Okay, that's according to Fraser Fletcher. So Fraser Fletcher has confirmed that Arsenal are confident in getting a deal done for Bruno Guimarães, and the deal is very much on. Now, for them to say the deal is very much on, that means Arsenal are reaching out to people. Arsenal are in conversations with people. Arsenal are contacting representatives. Arsenal are trying to understand figures. Arsenal are trying to understand Newcastle's intentions, what Newcastle want to do. You know, that is what on means. When man says the deal is on, that's what that means. We're behind the scenes. We're trying to cook something up. We're trying to put together a plan on how we can finalize this deal, if it is a deal that we want to finalize. Big up Dean. He says, always catch the end of your live streams, bro. But bless up the hard work and grind. Wax real one. Big up all the real ones. Big you up, Dean. Much appreciate you, man. Yeah, 11:30 in the morning is when we go live. 11:30 a.m. UK time, of course. Would rather go all out for Tchouaméni than Bruno, says Apollo. I mean, Tchouaméni could be an answer, but you got to think, can Tchouaméni instantly come to the Premier League and make it happen? I mean, he has struggled since he's been at Real Madrid to cement himself a regular place in that team. As far as I'm aware, anyway. In recent times, that could have changed. But with Bruno's a Premier League proven player now. Bruno has been carrying Newcastle. Bruno was one of the reasons as to why Newcastle got top 4 last season, blood. You know, you can't disregard that. Bruno is definitely the answer for Arsenal Football Club. And I think if you're looking for a long-term partner for Declan Rice, you know, you could see Bruno Guimarães being that guy. There could be question marks over his character. And there also, another thing there could be question marks over is his loyalty. His overall loyalty. That's because you got to think he's in if he did move to Arsenal in the space of 4 to 5 years, he had moved to like 4 different clubs from Atlético Mineiro, is it Mineiro, whatever they're called over in Brazil. He was playing for them. He went to Lyon, then from Lyon he's gone to Newcastle, then Newcastle to Arsenal. That's 4 teams in 4 years. On that basis, you have to kind of say, is this guy a loyal player? Is this guy going to be a character whereby in 2 years he's going to start throwing his toys at the pram and start demanding that he leaves Arsenal Football Club? Like, what are you going to get out of this player? So that's the only kind of concern that I have with Bruno Guimarães. But in terms of his overall qualities, yeah, no concerns whatsoever. The guy's an engine. The guy is got one of the best passes in Europe, in my opinion. He's a fire starter. He wants to start an attack. You know, he's just so much tenacious in his play, just brave, always wants to get on the ball, never scared, never hiding. You know, that's the type of play you want. You know, when you want to dominate a game, you dominate the game through midfield. Midfield always dominate the game. Yeah, when you're dominate possession or trying to control the overall game, you are doing that through midfield, and obviously your defenders as well. But midfield would be vital in doing that. And if you look at Bruno Guimarães is a player that always wants to get on the ball, bro. So I think this is a guy that would be perfect for Arsenal and perfect for the long-term partnership of a Declan Rice. And we've got a bunch of Brazilians at the club as well, so he fits in. He's loyal to whoever pays him the most. There you go. We got Football 14. He says Diaby is nowhere near Kudus quality. I disagree. I disagree, my guy. I think Diaby's a better player. I like both players, but I'm taking Diaby. Would rather go all out for Tchouaméni. I think I've already read that. Let me. I think I'm sitting on the same bit now. Let me just scroll. I'm not against selling Jesus, but you have to replace him. I would sell him. City sold Jesus and Zinchenko, then went on to win the treble. How ironic. Yeah, I mean, they're man were benchmen for Man City. Benchmen. So, yeah, man, I'm not surprised. They replaced them with improved players. With improvements. Okay. What else do I have? I believe there's another topic that I'm missing here. Thomas Partey. There we go. Big Thomas Partey. So what's happening, man? So we're gonna sign Bruno Guimarães because we're moving on Thomas Partey. Like, what's happening, bro? Is Thomas Partey staying? It was said by David Ornstein that Thomas Partey, the future of Thomas Partey at Arsenal is very, very unclear. Doesn't know what's going on. Thomas Partey is probably out of the midfielders that we have. Thomas Partey is probably the most compelling to believe that he will be sold. We saw Edu in Saudi Arabia a few days ago. The narrative that was being pushed behind his reasons for being there was building relations with Saudi Arabian business owners and football clubs and so on and so forth. But, you know, Arsenal like to keep everything under the radar. You know, they're very, very undercover with what they do. So I thought, you know what? I want to put 2 and 2 together. The 2 and 2 that I'm going to put together is that Thomas Partey has been heavily linked with a move to Saudi Arabia for about 12 months. Heavily. No one else at Arsenal have. No one else at Arsenal has been linked heavily to Saudi Arabia. No one, other than Thomas Partey. We're now moving into a period where Edu needs to get. He needs to get on with it. He needs to get on with his job. He needs to start moving players on. Thomas, ASR, Eddie Nketiah, Reece Nelson. You are now in May. You need to put dots together and start putting a plan in place to get these dons out of the door. So I come to the conclusion that he was there to talk to Saudi Arabian teams because Thomas Partey is the player that they want to move on, and Thomas Partey is the only player in our central midfield area that we want to move on who will give us value, BP money. And if you look at what Saudi Arabia are doing, they'll probably give us the release clause money that we paid for Thomas Partey. That was the talk of the town last season. Remember when Thomas was heavily being linked with Saudi Arabia, the talk was they are willing to pay the £45 million back that Arsenal paid release clause wise. So if that offer is still on the table, I would only assume that Eddie flew over to Saudi Arabia to solidify that offer, to make sure that offer was still on the table. And the best way to encourage that offer to be on the table is by going there, not by picking up the phone and asking like a fucking fraud, because man will never do business with you again. And you have to go there. You have to go there. This is the reason why I've come to this conclusion. You have to go there. 45 million on the table for Thomas Partey. You man still willing to trigger that? Cool. If you are, let me fly over, blood. I'll take you, man, for dinner. I'll tell you about the show Perelti training ground. Don't worry, blood. We'll have a real chop up. We'll have a real chop up over some great steak, some great lobster, wherever it is. And that's what I reckon's happened. Eddie was gone to Saudi Arabia to try and speak to a club to get money, blood, money for TP. No one's going to give Thomas Partey money. No one's going to give Arsenal money for TP. Not big money anyway. Not 30 plus million. If you're talking with Barcelona, who are in the mix to sign Thomas Partey, according to reports coming out this morning, we've got Adrian. Whoever this Asian Don is, he says Thomas Partey is one of the names liked the most by Barcelona hierarchy. So they're looking at Thomas Partey. But you ain't going to get no money from Barcelona. You're going to get a loan offer. You know, Barcelona are going to come to you with a loan offer and tell you, oh, sorry, mate, I need to put a lever this week. I wasn't able to pull a lever, so all I could do is offer you a loan. So the best, Arsenal's best bet, and even Juventus are another team that are interested in Thomas Partey, but they've got no levers and they're in a financial mess. They don't know what they're actually doing. They're probably going to have to sell players before they can actually buy players. That doesn't fit in with our schedule. If I've got to wait for Juventus to sell players, that doesn't fit in with my schedule here at Arsenal. Yeah, Mikel Arteta told me that he wants all of his players before the 1st of July, blood. You think I've got time to sit here and wait for Juventus to start selling dons before I can even negotiate a fee for Thomas Partey? So again, looking at everything there is to look at, I come to the conclusion that Saudi Arabia, that was a trip for Edu to actually get a deal done for Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey to Saudi Arabia is on, according to Wax Online, ladies and gentlemen. No, I actually think this is the case. And it's Arsenal's best bet in getting money. That's the reason why Arsenal are going down this route. They're going to give Jorginho the extension. They're going to sell Thomas Partey. Another thing I wanted to mention is if Arsenal are prioritizing a centre midfielder, they want to go and get a marquee centre midfielder. They want to go and do Declan Rice 2.0 again this summer. For a fact, based on how the finances stand at Arsenal, based on how the official financial accounts stand at Arsenal, Arsenal would not be able to do that. They would not be able to buy a player who would cost them more than 150k or 200k a week in wages with Thomas Partey on the books. They won't be able to do it. They might be able to, if they want to keep Thomas Partey, they might be able to free those wages up by selling other players, but then how do they replace those other players? So again, come on, look it all, pull it all on the table, mate. We've just done a big investigations. Put it all on the table. It does look like Thomas Partey will be the player that will be sold, and Arsenal will then replace Thomas Partey with a significant improvement. That is what the case is going to be. And Arsenal are in Saudi Arabia. Edu is in Saudi Arabia trying to get as much money as he can out of one of those Arab dons for Thomas Partey, blood. He wants that 45 million release clause paid back. And that man will do it. Remember, Partey's only 30, 31, yeah? Them man will do it. The man will pay 50 million pounds for Partey and then give him 400, 500k a week. They're signed. I swear down, I was running through the Saudi Arabian League the other day, looking at all the different teams and what players have gone over there. Bro, they've signed some dickhead dons, blood, and gave them crazy money. Imagine a guy that's like, you play for a mid-table club. You've always played for a mid-table club, and you went over to Saudi Arabia and they gave you 300k a week. Yeah, they'll give Thomas Partey and Arsenal all the money in the world, bro. And this is the reason why Edu's over there right now trying to cook a barbecue with them, man. Yeah, we ain't doing Barcelona deals. Pay the P for Partey. Exactly. They're gonna come with their checkbook for a loan, blood. They're gonna come in their hand open asking for loans. That's what they're gonna do. There's a kid called Oscar Glock. He's sick. He's actually a really, really good wonder kid, actually. I do know Oscar Glock. Who I see as a real gem from Salzburg. Quality. Yeah, he's a really good player. Really good young player, man. Oscar Glock. I am familiar with his game. If Partey is going to continue to be injured, sell him ASAP. Exactly. He's a liability. This is what Arsenal know. Arsenal know the real reality of what's going on here. They know that they're going to get rid of Thomas Partey. He's going to be the sacrifice for the new midfielder that comes in, the long-term partner for Declan Rice, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I'm going to have to wrap this up. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you ever so much for joining me today and this lovely Friday brunch. Yeah, brunch vibes. Big up all the real ones. Big up the coffee gang. We were drinking Tottenham tears in the stream, talking Arsenal content. All of that. If you are joining late, make sure you go back to the beginning of the stream and rewatch us, because there's so much to actually catch up on. Hit the like button. Do subscribe to the channel if we are new. Turn the notification bells on. All of that type of stuff. All of that. I'm going to wrap this very, very quickly. And yeah, we will be back again. Arsenal v Bournemouth over the weekend. 12:30 kickoff tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that. Come on, you Gunners. Let's make it happen. Peace.